Good morning, I'm Alan Broadhagen.
And I'm Brittany Bordelon.
Here's what's happening in the Kitchener-Waterloo community.
According to Statistics Canada, the average post-secondary student who borrows money is expected to graduate $27,000 in debt. Good news for students currently assisted by OSAP was announced at the beginning of this month. Canadian students can breathe a sigh of relief. The federal government announced in a press release this past week that as of November 1st, Canadian students wouldn't have to repay their Canada student loan until they're earning at least $25,000 a year. Depending on their income level and size of their family, borrowers can apply for reduced monthly payments or no monthly payments at all. Students struggling with the burden of debt are encouraged to contact the National Student Loan Services Center to learn more about the financial assistance options available to them. And now we go to Christina Bruce with updates on the LRT construction happening in Waterloo.
Thanks, Britt. I'm currently here at Waterloo Town Square where LRT construction has been happening for the past while. But what people may not know is that LRT work is expected to happen overnight. We're here to find out how the newly scheduled construction times are affecting local businesses and people living in the area. Tom Hirons, who has been living on King Street, has had to deal with the construction, but is worried about how the night work will impact his family.
I actually have my grandmother staying with me, and she has a bunch of health issues. She does have hearing problems, but even with her having hearing problems, it still keeps her awake at night.
The proposal for working overnight on the LRT was approved over a year ago and again recently by both city and regional councils. Prime Pita, newly opened on King Street, has had problems attracting customers due to road closures.
All the dangerous things comes this way. That's hard for the people, right, who walks in this area.
Even with mixed feelings about the pressure to finish construction, Karen Redmond, a regional council member, says that overnight construction is necessary at this point in time.
It's smart growth and it's very visionary, and I know it's been a long time coming, but I think the sooner the construction is over, the more people will embrace actually using the system.
What we can expect from the project is for the train carts to start being tested in the new year. Back to you, Britt.
Thanks, Christina. In the latest Maclean's magazine, University Rankings, the University of Waterloo placed first for the most innovative school in Canada. UW also ranked second overall in reputation behind the University of Toronto. Spoke TV's Maddie DeMart is on location at the University of Waterloo with more information.
The University of Waterloo is constantly developing new ideas to help further technology. This is why they have been named Canada's most innovative school for the past 25 years by Maclean's magazine.
Essentially, our goal is to produce the best research in the world as well as educate, the next set of leaders.
Alexander Wong, chair of medical imaging services at UW, believes that his school has the best engineering program.
The world is very dynamic, so we can't really sit on our current successes. So what we do is we do what we always do. We just keep pushing the boundaries of research as well as education.
The U.S. News & World 2017 Global University Ranking System places the program at number 1. But what do the students have to say?
It's really a program that you can kind of just make your own based on what your interests are. Okay. So I thought I would go down systems design engineering because I would learn some technical skills.
Eric is working toward a career in the automotive industry. The Cedra Student Design Center is a valuable resource that gives students hands-on experience.
One of the most important things for a student here at Waterloo is to join and be active in a design team, because that's where you get a lot of applicable knowledge regardless of what year you're in.
Over the decades, the University of Waterloo has received many prestigious awards. For Spoke TV, I'm Maddie DeMart.
Thanks, Maddie. In other campus news, student stress is increasing as the semester enters the home stretch. Even though Conestoga introduced a week-long fall break for some programs, on-campus counseling services is experiencing a 2-week wait period for students looking to find help managing their stress levels. Spoke TV's Stephanie Gick has more.
Conestoga College has just completed its first reading week for students in specific programs. While those students got a welcome break from the pressure of the semester, many others that didn't get the pause in classes continued to feel the sting of stress. Julianne Janelle, a nurse at Grand River Hospital, believes that stress has a bigger impact on students than on those already done their education.
I think students are unaware of how to deal with stress compared to adults. So adults have more background experience, more background knowledge.
Holly Wagonette says that she had to leave school after the pressure of juggling college and work became too much for her.
I decided to go back to school. Unfortunately, I did have to drop out. Bills need to be paid and things like that, which cause stress.
While some students got to experience Fall Success Week, not all of them were as lucky, and they feel the school could do more to give them stress relief throughout the semester.
Tegist Wame is an accounting student that doesn't think there are enough programs in place to help her during busy times.
I think the school needs to do a lot more to organize more stress relief programs and things to help people, students especially, deal with stress.
Conestoga College does offer free counseling sessions to all students, and there is currently a 2-week wait to see a counselor. For Spoke TV, I'm Stephanie Gick.
Today's weather forecast brings us a mix of sun and clouds with 60% chance of showers, wind gusting to 40 kilometers per hour near noon. A high of 16 tonight, cloudy periods with 40% chance of showers with a low of 7. We'll take a look now at our weekly forecast. Tomorrow, we're expected to see a mix of sun and cloud, high of 9, overnight cloudy periods, a low of 1. Moving along to Thursday, we'll bring a mix of sun and cloud, a high of 10. Nighttime cloudy periods, 40% chance of showers, a low of +6. For Remembrance Day Friday, mix of sun and cloud, 40% chance of rain or flurries, so get your coats ready. High of +6, overnight cloudy periods, 40% chance of flurries, and a low of -2. Moving along to Saturday, high of 4 with a low of 0, but it'll warm up again on Sunday. We're going to see a mix of sun and cloud, a high of 8, cooling off again at nighttime with a low of 0. While trying to keep up with increasingly wacky weather each year, most of us never consider how these changes impact the lives of local farmers. Maddie DeMart has an inside look.
Whether the sky is blue or not, our recent summer-like temperatures have had a positive impact on the farming community. Kevin Bechtel of Bechtel Farms in Cambridge has been blessed with an extended season because of the warmer than usual temperatures.
Soybeans did surprisingly well, a lot better than I had thought. There was probably another 20 bushel there than what I had anticipated.
Kevin farms a total of 1,200 acres of land, which includes 300 acres of hay, 400 acres of corn, and 300 acres of soybeans. In addition to crops, the farm also has 4,700 turkey and 37 cows. This warm weather allows Kevin and his family to harvest more crops than what our harsh winters would normally permit. For Spoke TV, I'm Maddie DeMart.
Thanks, Maddie. If you're interested in experimental and improvised music performed live around the region, we may know the website for you. Spoke TV's Justin Emanuel talked to members of the organizations who are trying to help new forms of music ring a bell.
You probably have a good idea of what all the latest music giants are up to, but when was the last time that you heard about what's happening locally? A new website is aiming to fill that void. The independent music industry is thriving underground within the Kitchener-Waterloo region. Local organizers have decided to bring this potential to the surface with a website called CuriousEars.ca. The website sends out bi-weekly emails with a collection of local contemporary music events for those who want something new within driving distance.
We needed to better market ourselves. We needed to get our art out there and find a way of reaching those people that are really interested in those, contemporary cutting-edge events and create something that's specifically for them.
One local musician believes the region is especially primed for artistic growth.
I think what makes KW unique is that, we have this intrigue for innovation, this intrigue for new, for the ideas that are not part of the norm of society.
The hope is, according to one local artist, that the website will send a focused message to the community that music doesn't have to play by the rules.
I think the hole that Curious Ears fills is saying, instead of trying to look for 10 billion things in 10 billion other parts of the world, look for a few really good things here.
With success, there are hopes of expanding the website to include other forms of artistic expression. Until then, the region will just have to stay curious.
Thanks, Justin. And now a closer look at sports throughout the region. The Kitchener Rangers lost 3 games in a row this past week. Kitchener is 10-6-1 on the season now. Their next game is at home on November 11th against Owen Sound, who are 10-8 on the season so far. And in other sports, Spoke TV's Stefan Singh has met with local student athletes to find out what it takes to keep up with grades and athletic expectations.
Thanks, Alan. University athletes are put to the test when they are given their demanding schedule for practices when they play for their teams. But how do they balance their training for their teams, but also balance their training for their school, their academics? I was able to talk to a few student athletes and a coach who gives some advice. When it comes to being a student athlete, having a coach there to support you is a big part about being successful. Sean Doucette coaches at the Brantford Track and Field Club and knows how hard it can be to be a student athlete.
Balance is the absolute hardest part. I mean, trying to balance academic success, athletic success, family, friends, social life, just society pressures. I mean, there's so much going on with kids these days.
For second-year Laurier Golden Hawks football player Matthew Tate, being an athlete and balancing his course load can be exhausting, especially after a full day of school and practice.
You just feel like really exhausted afterwards, and you do have time. That's when I usually do it. I don't like doing work during the day. I usually don't really have time to do it because my classes are so clustered together. And plus with the workout in between, I usually just don't have time to do it during the day.
Student success programs like Making Your Mark offer support to student athletes. Developing and strengthening students' motivation and turning athletic commitment into academic success are a couple of strategies the program focuses on.
Once you get to that level where you compete at university, it's whoever wants it the most. You got to go get it. You can't sit back and wait. You got to go get it. You've got to be the best you can be, both athletically, academically, and with your personality as well.
Time management skills are one of the biggest assets for a student athlete, and they need to balance their time very well to be able to perform well with their varsity teams, but also in their academics. Thanks, Alan. Back to you.
Thanks, Stefan. Jamal Murray, a guard in the NBA for the Denver Nuggets, was one of those student athletes just last year. Murray was born in Kitchener and was selected 7th overall by Denver. He has played in 4 games for the Nuggets so far this season, starting in one of them. And finally, Remembrance Day in Kitchener-Waterloo will not be at the Cenotaph this year. The ceremony is being moved to Carl Zare Square due to construction on the street surrounding the Cenotaph. The move will also make sure there is enough room for those coming to remember and honor those who have and continue to serve. The drumhead service will be performed at 10:45 Friday morning in front of City Hall. What Remembrance Day ceremony will you be attending?
Well, I was thinking of actually attending the one at John McCrae House, the poet of Flanders Fields, followed by an assembly at John McCrae Public School in Guelph. How about you, Alan?
Normally I go back home in Stratford for the ceremony at the Cenotaph down by the river, but I'm thinking about staying at the school today or on Friday and going to the Remembrance Day ceremony there.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that we did one here. Well, that's all the time we have this week, and now you're in the know. For more news and information, check us out online at spoketv.ca or at SpokeTV on Twitter. For Spoke TV, I'm Brittany Bordelon.
And I'm Alan Broadhagen.